I don't think Kyle's ready though.
All right. Kyle is always ready.
Ready to die?
No. Totally. Anyway,
Totally uncalled for.
Yeah, so we're recording. We're live now. Well, not live, but we're recording. Episode 37 of the story thus far. Thank you, everybody who's watching. And we did not have a show last week. We had somebody who had trench foot, I think, or something, or hoof and mouth disease or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then there was a scheduling conflict with somebody else. So last week we did not have a show, but we are here this week, a week after Halloween. So I hope everybody had a happy and safe Halloween. I know I did. It was pretty rad. Other than that, we're just going to give out some quick social media info. And let's start with our Instagram account.
At the _story thus far.
Yes.
And our Twitter account is at story__the_far.
That was so complicated.
And the Yahoo is email. Is story thus far at yahoo.com. No underscores.
No underscores on the email.
Sorry.
So yeah. Other than that, I think we're just gonna go right into the. We got health potions. Pretty cool, right? Health potions, and we have mana potions made by our very own Courtney.
Yay.
Terra High. And they sparkle and everything, so we're gonna be radioactive. I think.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
If we appear drunk during the show.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's the sparkle.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, guys. So, last episode on the story thus far, you guys went to the prison, the Iron Gate, and you went to go speak to Torlin Silvershield to squeeze him for some information. Initially, it was Daedalus and Kohl who went in. Kohl Silvershield seemed confident, unafraid to die, but confident that that wouldn't happen. And you guys came out of the prison. Terra marched in after you guys, and she probably got just about as much information as you guys did. Not much was had, except this really loud music. Not much was had for Terra High Hill. Barag, you were climbing trees as your ADHD kicked in. And so you actually ended up taking off with a suit of armor that you had found in the porthole. And you hired an armorsmith to repurpose it, as it was a tremendously old piece of armor. Meanwhile, the remaining members of Valor's Ransom were approached by a young boy, about 11 years of age, whose parents were the victims of a ritual, an arcane ritual, so you guys went over to stop it. But things went south, probably from the very beginning. You went in there, Terra, you cast a darkness spell. Daedalus, you had your mind wiped through arcane means. Kohl, you really couldn't get in there until that spell was dissipated. And when you did get in there, you were quickly rendered unconscious. Terra, through some quick thinking and Sean's quick fingers to the player's handbook, managed to drag you out of there, feed you a healing potion, and the three of you, actually Daedalus, ran out first, not knowing who any of you guys are. And then Terra and Kohl, you were outside as you heard the screams coming from inside this domicile. And you heard not one demon, not many demons, but at least a dozen or so coming through what you can only surmise is some sort of gateway. And you decided to take off. So we're gonna pick up right where we left off. We're gonna pick up with Barag.
Aye.
You are trying to find your way back to your friends, and you do make it to the climb hammer.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually open, which is unusual for this time of day. It's still pretty early in the day. It's probably approaching noon right now. And as you approach the climb hammer, you see Greer. You do see Sarah. I don't think you've met Sarah yet, but she's been spoken about. You know who she is, but you don't know her personally. She's a small kinku, and she's kind of Cole's eyes and ears in the city. And you see her, and they're both sitting at a small table as this young boy he's wearing modest clothing, nothing extravagant, but he's not dirt poor either. And he's just shoveling a bowl of oatmeal into his mouth. So what do you do?
So I'm gonna just approach and nod my head at Sarah and look at Greer and be like, Greer, top of the morning to you. Why you open so early?
Well, usually I'm not really open so early, but I've got this shopping list. Repairs that Terra's responsible for.
Oh, yeah.
It's quite a hefty sum.
Yeah, Terra's totally responsible for them.
I saw this young man at the door, banging, crying, and I don't really know what's going on.
Well, do you know where the rest of the group is?
No, I haven't seen him. And then you see Sarah kind of turn her head towards you, and she kind of coos in a very bird-like manner, and she says, she should go back for Barag. She should go back for Barag. And she sounds exactly like Kohl when she says it.
Cole? Are you, like, in your secret form scary thing? You know, the one where you look like other people? Is that you, Cole?
So you see her just shake her head.
That's creepy. But okay, I'll roll with it, I guess. So Sarah, right? I don't think we've been formally introduced.
So she goes, Sarah, right? Make a perception roll.
That's right in front of me.
19.
19. So as you're talking to Sarah, and your back is facing the inside of the bar, you're talking to Sarah, and you're just trying to figure out her dialect. You see out in the street, there's kind of almost like a red haze. And out in the street, you see Daedalus Hartwell. And he just seems to be walking completely aimlessly. Like he has no idea where he is. You see him like walk up to a post, and he's just kind of poking at the post and is looking at it very curiously, as if he's never seen one before.
So I'm gonna look at him and just kind of shout, "Hey, Daedalus!" And I'll start waving.
Well, he's outside.
Oh, okay. So I'm gonna, Greer, stay and watch the little kiddo. I guess I gotta go outside.
Greer kind of looks over your shoulder now, and he's like, "What's going on outside?"
Well, there's part of the group. And I point. Daedalus, he's right there.
Yeah,
you
but
see him?
what's going on outside?
The red haze thing? I don't know, but I want to go to...
So
I'm going to go find out.
He looks over to Bale and he goes, "Get your axe, Bale."
Oh. Don't kill me, please. I didn't do anything.
No. It's not for you. But that's not,
Normal?
Right.
Yeah. When is anything around Valor's Ransom normal?
That's true.
So...
Get your axe, Bale.
Let's roll, because I'm going out there to find out what's wrong. So I
I'm
head
going to
outside.
stay here with the lad.
You do that. If you see the rest of Valor's Ransom at all, well, hopefully we'll find them. But let me know, because I don't know where I'm going next, so.
I think you rarely do.
Yeah, true. I don't really have a direction sometimes.
So you see Daedalus continue to kind of walk down the street.
So I really quick rush outside and, Daedalus! Hey!
Daedalus, you see something approaching you. You don't know what it is. You've never seen it before. And it's just got this gurgly sort of sound that comes out of its neck hole. It's got an extraordinary amount of fuzz around its what you think is its mouth, but you don't even know what a mouth is.
I really don't know.
That would be the appropriate response. So you just see Daedalus is just kind of looking at you very confused. Make another perception roll. 14. So as you're looking at Daedalus, and he's looking completely bewildered at you, and you're saying, Daedalus, you're looking over his shoulder, and you see this rather large, four-legged animal. It's not even, I would call it a canine in the most rudimentary sense. If you stuck your hand inside a dog's mouth, you grabbed something and you pull that dog inside out, that's what this thing looks like. It's got short, stubby legs, but it's all muscle. It's all sinew. It's got like this chitinous armor, and it doesn't even have a head. It's got this thick neck with no head, and it's just a hole at the end of the neck, and it's got teeth all around the hole, with this long spiked barbed tail that's just kind of whipping wildly and violently around. And it just comes running around the corner. It looks like it may have been chasing Daedalus, and it just stops as soon as it sees you, and it kind of lowers what would be its head as it starts to approach.
Oh, crap. And this is behind Daedalus.
This is behind Daedalus.
Okay.
You've got about 50 feet.
50 feet in between me and it. Okay. So, real quickly, I'm going to, since I don't know what's going on with Daedalus, I'm just going to kind of push him behind me.
Okay.
And just plant my feet.
Okay.
And Greer, I'm going to yell out trying to get Greer Nordsock's attention.
Sure.
Greer! There's something big in the street! Get over here!
So you see through your peripherals, he's running toward the door, and he slams the door open, and he almost hits Daedalus with it. As he sees Daedalus. What's going on?
First, I don't know. Just get Daedalus inside. Something's wrong with him, first of all. Tuck him away in the corner, and get, what's his name? The big orc with the axe.
Okay, why? So then he looks he looks past you at that thing at the end of the street, and he goes, oh. So he grabs Daedalus by the arm, he pulls him inside the clam hammer, and he shuts the door and he locks it. I'll look up now.
Hey, I said send the big guy with the axe, please.
So you see Bale come to the door by the window, and he looks, and he sees this big animal, and he's like,
how would Kohl feel if his clam hammer got destroyed because you wouldn't fight this? What a baby. Fine.
He's a bartender.
You're a bartender with an axe!
Alright, so let's roll some initiative.
18.
Ooh. Alright, you go first. So let's get some stats out. Hold on one moment.
Alright.
Have it right here. Yep.
Why couldn't you be level 2 paladin? Why?
Yeah, and the whole time you just feel almost nauseous. Your new insight into the divine has kind of opened up your senses to things that are vile and evil and demonic. And as soon as this red haze began to appear, your senses are almost overwhelmed. They're almost overstimulated.
Dang.
So yeah, you go first. So you see this creature approaching. It's probably about 30 feet away as it's been slowly stalking you.
Beautiful.
Probably use the right music. There we go.
So.
You're so satisfied with yourself right now. What is he doing?
There was a little slip of it is an item paper that landed on the cupcake.
Fail.
Oh, you're never boring. All right, so what do you do? You've got about 30 feet distance between you and this,
30 feet
this
now?
creature.
It got a little closer.
Yeah. As you were talking to Bale and Daedalus and Greer, it's been like slowly approaching.
Okay. What? And then so climbers to my left.
Climb hammers to your left.
To my left.
Yes.
What's behind me?
Just more street.
Any cover?
I would say you could find your some cover in an alley.
I will do that. I'm gonna run for an alley.
Okay.
I'm gonna Well, he's not within melee, is
No,
he?
you don't have to
Okay.
disengage. He's not within melee, but he sees you.
Then I'm going to, and I'm gonna make sure it's an alley that has a way out. I don't want to go down any kind of dead end.
Okay.
I want to make sure I get down an alley that has some escape route.
I will say that it leads to the next street over.
Okay. Anything I can climb?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to run down the alley and climb up to the roof.
Okay.
Actually.
Make an athletics check.
Oh, thank God. 15?
15. Okay. So you get to you quickly dash to the alley. Not taking a dash movement, but you run to the alley.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a perception roll for this particular creature. Wow. All right. So as you run down the alley, you do see almost like a fire escape, rudimentary fire escape. You're able to hit the bottom rung and pull it down, and you start climbing. But the creature, as it is approaching you, it stops as it notices movement in the climb hammer and stops right in front of the climb hammer as it kind of turns its attention now at the climb hammer.
Okay. So, and my building in reference to the climb hammer.
So now
that
you're
I'm on.
across the street from the climb hammer, up on the second floor of a 3-story building.
So there's the street and then the building,
Mhm.
correct?
So I would say it's probably about 70 feet away from you right now.
70 feet. Oh, okay. Alright. I would like to. So I'm going to actually take a running jump to jump onto the climb hammer roof
Okay.
from the roof that I'm on. That's about 70 feet.
Well,
right?
you're on the second story of a 3-story building, so you can continue going up.
Yeah. So I will continue going up then and get to the very top and then jump to...
Okay, that's going to take another round to get to the top.
Yep.
So in the meantime, Daedalus, you are around this dwarf, this orc, this kinku, and this child, and you don't know what they're saying. You don't know who they are. You don't even know where you are, but you see frantic movement in the climb hammer. You see the big orc. He's breaking apart bits of furniture as they're trying to kind of brace the door. And somebody else has a hammer and nails, and he's trying to quickly put up planks of wood as you see this large creature now right at the door of the climb hammer. What would you like to do?
This is... I honestly don't know what to do. I probably don't even know what they're doing, right?
I would say with an intelligence of 5, you're more of a creature of instinct. So you can recognize that creature outside as a threat, and you can recognize that the creatures inside are reacting to the immediate threat. But that's probably as far as you can kind of process under the effect of this particular spell that you're under.
So I'm just gonna find the nearest open door and just go there.
Okay. All right. So the nearest open door would actually be... Actually, there is no open door unless you go upstairs. There is a door. You could try opening it, but it's somebody's office.
Oh, I'm gonna try that door first.
So you go over to the door, you twist the knob, and it doesn't move. You don't know what it would take to open it. You don't know the concept of a key. So
I'm just gonna go up.
okay.
So I'm just gonna.
So you're gonna go upstairs?
Upstairs.
Okay. I can totally see Daedalus just very calmly going over to the door. Doesn't work, and then just like slowly going up, walking up the stairs.
Yeah, more like he's doing it frantically. Because like you say, he's operating on instinct, so it's like, nope, can't go there.
Right. Okay, so that will take that turn. All right, Barag, you are now on the 3rd floor of this building.
Mm-hmm.
So you're about 45 feet up.
45 feet up, and distance to make the jump to the clam hammer.
Is about 70 feet.
And as far as what I'm reading, I can't cover that. I mean, I could, but...
You could try.
how long would it take for me to go back?
I believe
Yeah,
you
no,
just
thanks.
need to get a running start of 10 feet.
Yeah, I was reading that. I need to get a... I need to at least do 10 feet of running before I can jump.
Right.
And
then you can jump the number of feet equivalent to your strength.
which is 5, and then...
No, your strength score.
Oh, which is 20.
20.
So, and then also... Hold on.
After that, gravity takes over.
Not only that, but let me read this thing real quick
All right.
under fighter, which I had a minute ago. So I was looking at the jumping stats
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I could gauge
No
this.
problem.
So I got that. Also, remarkable athlete. When I make a running long jump, the distance I can cover increases by a number of feet equal to my strength mod. So that would be
25
feet.
Yep.
So I will use that as well for remarkable athlete under the champion.
Okay.
And I will go ahead and make that running long jump for
Yes.
the
All right.
time hammer.
So go ahead and make an athletics check of 18, please.
Natural 19, baby.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So I will say that you get about halfway.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to cover the whole distance.
Of course not.
But that was a pretty high roll, so I'll give you a little bit more than that 25 feet.
Okay.
And I will also cut the damage in half, since it was such a high roll.
Okay.
So you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage
Awesome.
as Barag goes back about 10 feet and goes, runs to the edge of the building, jumps off the top of the building, realizes about halfway through he cannot cover the distance, and goes, and falls down to the street. But you manage to roll and mitigate some of that damage. And now this creature quickly spins around, and you are about 15 feet away from it.
Nice. So
Now the jump doesn't count towards your
movement.
regular movement.
It
so-
doesn't. Okay, good. So that means I still have 30 movement. And now, so I'm in the middle of the street, in between the clam hammer and the building.
Yes.
That side of the clam hammer, any windows?
Yeah, and you see frantic activity as everybody in the clam hammer is quickly trying to create barricades. You see them breaking apart chairs and tables as they're quickly trying to nail planks of wood against the glass against the window.
Any window that they haven't done that to?
I'll say there's a good chance. I'd say there's a 60% chance they haven't gotten to it. So 1 through 60, you're good. 66.
Oh.
They're very efficient. So, I mean, they're all working on a window, but not all of them are completely covered. Like
Yeah.
you see Sarah just starting to work on a window.
So I'm going to make a run, jump through the window, and tuck and roll into the climb hammer.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and make another athletics check?
He's
Now-
not within melee, correct?
No.
No, right?
No, you're not within melee. So you'd kind of have to angle,
To go in there.
but yeah, you could definitely make it.
Okay.
This is going to be an athletics check of 19.
Come on, baby, don't fail me. Natural 19.
Natural 19.
Again.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
All right. So Barag quickly you're standing in front of this creature, and the creature turns around and it sees you, and you see that whip-like tongue whipping around, and you go, holy shit. And so you see that window, and you think that you can make it, and you just, almost like in a movie, Barag goes right through that front plate glass window, and it just shatters around him. But you tuck and roll, and you are now inside the climb hammer, as everybody kind of gets showered with shards of glass.
So real quick, I'm going to stand up. I'll pay for that!
So Greer says,
I'll pay
"You
for that."
asshole!
Well, you were the asshole first. I'll pay for that later.
You're gonna pay for it now." So,
I chuck a piece of gold at his face.
all right, good enough.
Fine! Fine!
So now it's its turn. Okay. So you see this creature follow you right through that hole. Attempt to follow you, but slide on some glass as it loses its grip. But it will be there the next round. But you see it now at the opening where the window used to be.
And about how far away from that window?
You're about 10 feet.
Okay. I will make 5 feet to come within. Well, no, I'll probably make just like 1 or 2 feet closer
Okay.
to the window
Okay.
to kind of keep my distance. So, because I don't know what kind of reach this guy's got.
Sure.
So I'm gonna move just a couple feet in just to keep myself close, but not too close.
Okay. Now it's going to take a turn, and you see that tongue again, that whip-like tongue thrashing about. It's going to attack. What's your armor class?
I believe with ringmail and a shield, I'm up at 14, I believe, but let me double check.
I want to say it was 16.
It was 16. Yeah, I think you're right, actually. 16. I don't know why I wrote 14. Maybe I forgot to add the shield, but I believe you're right. Yeah, 16.
I think it was because the ring mail is 14 by itself, and then plus 2 with the shield, so 16 total.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
So you see this whip-like tongue, whoosh, and it snaps right above your head.
I guess got lucky.
So what do you do?
I'm actually going to draw one sword, and I'm going to attack the tongue. More specifically, I'm going to aim for the tongue.
Okay. I would say you have to get it within melee range, as
Okay.
it retracts it back like a whip.
Okay. I want to hold my action then
Okay.
till it attacks with its tongue, and then I want to attack
Gotcha.
when that tongue comes out.
Gotcha.
So
All right.
I'm going to hold my attack action till that happens.
Sounds good. So this creature now is going to attack you with that tongue. I cannot catch a break. I swear I'm rolling like crap. 15 misses. All right. So again, that whip-like tongue comes right at you, using the same tactic. So now you're Barag. You're kind of ready for it.
Yeah.
So now you can go ahead and attack because you're holding your action,
Yes.
and you still get your regular turn after this.
Sweet. Natural 20, baby.
Wow. So go ahead and roll damage.
Yes. And that's 2d8 if I remember correctly. Right? For
It's double.
swords.
It's double your
okay.
your
Yeah.
dice.
So I get 2d8. Yeah. Okay.
So if you normally roll 2d8,
It's 2d8 total because I roll 1d8.
1d8. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
1d8 for the damage.
Okay.
So it's 2 total. Which is awesome. Oh, I will do greater weapon fighting for the 1
Go for it.
and re-roll that, which I just rolled 2, which is fine.
Hey,
So
one more.
Not bad. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 14 total damage.
14?
Yes.
So, almost in slow motion, Barag, you're waiting for this tongue to whip out.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you see it, you duck, it misses, and you come over with your sword, and the tongue whoosh, is chopped right off. You see it kind of wriggling violently within the clam hammer as this animal kind of withdraws its attack and withdraws from the window. You see
Sweet.
Greer and Bale, quick, button that up right now! And everybody starts going with planks of wood trying to cover up that hole.
Nice.
Now, Kohl, Terra, and Rocky, and Nox, you guys are running from that domicile that you were trying to rescue those folks from. You see this red haze cover the sun. Off in the distance, you hear screams. You hear, in, I believe it's Abyssal that you know, right?
Infernal.
Infernal. You hear an Infernal just repeated over and over. Reinforcements, leave or die! Reinforcements, leave or die! As this chorus now gets louder and louder, and as you come around the corner, right up the street from the clam hammer, you see one of those creatures, one of those four-legged creatures that you guys had fought. It's bleeding like black blood out of its mouth, and it's kind of wriggling violently on the floor right in front of the clam hammer. And you see some sort of activity. You see some broken shards of glass, but you see hands on the inside of the clam hammer with hammers and nails. So what do you guys do? Actually, I'm going to have you guys roll initiative so I can add you into the initiative. So go ahead and roll initiative.
So high.
It's going to be 16.
16.
Oh my god.
Natural 19 plus 5. 24.
Oh, and you rolled a 15, right?
Oh, I don't remember now. I think so, yeah. I think it was like 15 or
Yeah.
16.
I do have a quick mechanical question.
Sure.
So I was unconscious last session,
Yes.
and Terra revived me
Yes.
with a potion, I
Right.
believe. So somehow in the chaos, I completely forgot to write down what my roll was for that potion.
Oh, okay.
So should I just
you can just re-roll it.
re-roll it? Okay, now it was just a regular one, right?
No.
It was a superior.
Superior.
Oh, okay.
It was 8d4.
8
Plus 8.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so Terra, Kohl, Barag, and...
Oh, thank you.
6.
That's
2 more.
good. Oh, okay, cool.
Alright, so,
So this is
I think it's 7.
Daedalus.
Yeah.
You go upstairs, and you hear some sort of commotion going on below you. You are upstairs. You are in front of the room where you and Nox had a knockdown drag out, but you have no memory of it. But there it is. The door is still laying in the hallway on the floor. Linen is still shredded, but you're upstairs now.
So I'm just gonna go in there and go to the nearest corner and just kind of sit and
Sure.
do nothing.
Not draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So you can actually, if you want, do you want to roll stealth to try to hide?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth roll.
15.
Okay. Good enough. All right. So you feel that you're adequately hidden as you're kind of listening to all of this kind of go down. Terra.
So, how far away? Actually, how bad is Nox if I'm...
Nox didn't get hit because you managed to turn.
Yeah.
So, but she took off. You told her to run.
I thought I...
Oh no,
picked-
no.
I picked- no.
You did, but she didn't understand the command.
Yeah, and then
so,
I picked her back up and ran.
Yeah. But she didn't get hit.
Okay, so she's still fine.
Yeah, she's fine.
Okay. How far away is the...
From the end of the street, it's probably a good 200 feet.
The creature
The
itself?
creature.
And
I.e. the front of the clam hammer. Because you're at the corner of the street now. You're just turning onto the street where the clam hammer is. And up the street, you see this going on.
Okay. I'm gonna just run to the clam hammer.
Okay.
I'm just basically gonna dash there.
Dash?
Or run, whatever.
Because there's a big difference. Dash uses your action, but you get to double your movement.
Well, I'm 200 feet, so...
I mean, you can.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, so you're going to use dash. How many feet do you run? You run 30, right?
25.
25? Okay, so you get to run 50. So...
I'm about 150 feet away.
Right.
Just, I think that thing you used before allows you to dash as a bonus action too, right?
Yep.
Okay.
If she chooses to
Yes.
use it.
Does that mean you can double dash?
No, you wouldn't be able to stop.
So
Yeah.
you can only use it on
One or
either
the
the
other.
action or the bonus
Right.
action?
Right.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to look up my bracers.
Well, no. You can. Because
can?
an action and a bonus action are two different things.
Right.
Because you get an action per turn, and you also get your bonus action per turn.
Right, so you
Per
can
turn.
dash.
So you can actually go 100 feet if you wanted to.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yes, you can. Thank you for
clarifying.
So yes, you actually half the distance now. As you see Terra, you guys come around the corner, and without even saying a word, she sees this thing and she runs like a halfling has never run before. You see her running towards this thing with daggers in hand.
Okay. So I follow suit.
Okay.
I'll dash. So it's 60.
60?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are outpacing Kohl. So we've got this round, and Barag, you're up.
Okay. So we're battening the window down, correct?
Right.
Have we succeeded in that, or is it still in process?
Why don't we make...
Because I will assist with doing it.
Sure. Why don't we make... We're going to make a check here. It's going to be... Let's make this a survival check.
Okay.
Let's make this a survival check. I think this is appropriate. As you're quickly trying to brace the windows and the doors for this creature.
Okay. Difficulty?
I will say the difficulty is... This is going to be multiple rounds.
Okay.
So for the first round, I'll say 3 rounds for you to completely reinforce the windows and doors. So, and it will be increasing each round, the difficulty. So for the first round, it's going to be a difficulty of 16. It's a group task, so you will have advantage because you're not doing it by yourself.
Sweet.
So go ahead and roll twice, difficulty 16.
Natural 20.
All right. So, quickly, you guys, you see Greer coming out with a bucket of nails, hammers, and they are, you see Bale is breaking apart furniture as quickly as he can, breaking apart the bar, and you see Greer go, oh, my bar.
Too bad!
I know, and he's just hammering as quickly as he can. This sucks! So... That was a good roll. All right, so that is going to be your round. Next, it's going to be the creature. It's going to make a perception roll at disadvantage because it's had its tongue cut off.
Yes. Sucker.
In perspective, that is pretty bad.
That's why I waited.
All right. All right, so as Terra, you are running up the street as quickly as you can. You see this creature kind of stop, kind of wriggling in the sand as it's kind of righting itself now, and it looks towards the clam hammer. You see it kind of lift its broad neck, its thick neck in the air, almost as if it smells something. Blood, this black blood is still gushing out of its neck hole as it kind of turns and looks right in your direction. And it's going to take its movement. It's going to take... It's got a speed of 50. So I will say it will take its normal movement. No, I will say it takes its dash movement to go 100 feet. And it's going to actually close the distance, and you guys are going to meet right in the middle of the street. So you see Barag as you're quickly putting up boards. You're putting up a board right above you, and through the crack, you see this thing kind of get up and then kind of look towards its right down the street, and then quickly take off. So that is going to be its turn, but it's not going to be able to attack because it's taking a dash movement.
Question.
Yes.
I'm assuming since I'm already preoccupied, there's no attack of opportunity, correct?
You weren't in melee range with that.
Oh. He moved away when I cut off the tongue, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I just want to make sure.
All right. So next up is Terra.
I tried.
He essentially fell backwards, and was just kind of writhing in the street.
So
Choose.
So I'm just gonna attack it with my daggers.
Okay.
Since it already looks kind of beaten up at this point.
It's got a pretty ugly injury, but it doesn't look like a fatal injury. Like it's still. What I'm trying to say is it's still pretty hardy.
Oh, okay. Shit. Actually, then I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
For my action.
Okay.
Then for my bonus action, I'm actually gonna dash.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what direction are you gonna dash in?
Towards the clam hammer.
Oh, surprise move. Okay. So, how would you like to disengage? So, you guys are essentially this beast is running as fast as you can. You're running as fast as you can towards this beast. And
you see, like almost like what boxers do is when they weave out of the way.
Mhm.
It's kind of like what she does, but she weaves along the creature's body and just keeps running.
Okay. So quickly you completely fool this creature as you go left, it goes right, and you just manage to just go right around its body and continue right past it. So you're taking your action to... Okay. All right, cool. All right, is that going to end your turn?
I'm going to yell towards the clam hammer, and hopefully they hear, open the door.
Okay. All right, next up is going to be Kohl.
I just keep running, dash again.
Okay. So this creature completely stumped by Terra's kind of quick feet. You are coming right up to it now as you are dashing, and it does see you. What are you going to do?
Is it in my melee range of it?
You're not within melee range. You can actually skirt around it if you'd like, but you can tell that it definitely notices you.
Okay.
Although it can't take its action right now, but it does notice you.
Okay. So I've dashed, so that's my action.
But you can put enough distance to either the left or the right of it where you're not within melee and just try to outpace it, just try to outrun it.
Okay.
But you've seen these things move and they are fast.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so I'll just do that. I'll try to get as far off to the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say to the right,
Okay.
while still remaining on that street.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
So you go right from like the cobblestone street onto the kind of pathways or the sidewalks, which are actually just made of wood. So you can hear like your boots on the planks of wood as you're running as fast as you can. And that is going to end your turn?
Yep.
All right. Next up, Barag. You hear... actually, make a perception roll.
I was
Make
waiting
a perception
for
roll.
it. I was like, I know I probably need to make that. Hopefully this dice does me good. 15.
15. Easy enough. As you are feverishly hammering planks of wood against the window. You hear Terra Highhill say, "Open the door! Open the door!"
And Greer, reference to me. Where is he?
Greer is helping out with another window.
Another window.
Yeah.
And he has the keys, correct? And he locked the door.
Yeah, I would say that you can open it without the keys from the inside, but to
Okay.
open it from the to close it, lock it, and unlock it, you would need the keys from the outside. So you can easily enough open it from the inside without a key.
Okay. I'm still gonna shout to Greer, throw me the keys. Throw me the keys now.
Okay. Okay. So you see him take this big ring of like 100 keys, and he goes, "Catch!" And he throws it in a frisbee-like fashion as it whips. Make a sleight of hand check.
Shit. This part was not a great idea. I forgot about the 100 freaking keys. Not a brilliant 7.
Yeah.
7.
It's called security.
Yeah. All right. So you take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as you get whipped in the face with this huge, like 5-pound ring of keys, mostly blanks.
God damn it, Greer! What the hell?
It's called security.
It's called you're a buffoon. And so I just run for the door, and I go to open the door, but I kind of peek to make sure that the kind of coast is clear before I open the door.
So what you see as you kind of crack the door open, you see Terra like right there, but behind Terra, you see that creature, quickly running back toward the clam hammer, and about 20 feet in front of the creature, to the creature's right, you see Kohl going as fast as he can.
Shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the door,
Okay.
pull Terra in,
Okay.
and yell, "Close this damn door after me!" And I'm going to go out
All right.
as I pull Terra in.
Okay. And that's gonna end your turn.
Would I stick?
I mean, you still have movement.
So once I get outside, in reference to me, how far creature?
You've
is
got
from me?
so you'll. I'll say you've used a total of 10 feet.
Okay, so I
So
still have 20.
Yes. So the
Okay.
creature is about 40 more feet from you. So you've got what, a movement of 30?
Yes.
So you've got 20 feet that you can make up if you want,
Okay.
and you'd be about halfway to where the creature is from where you are now.
So I'm going to move the 20 feet, but in the direction that I'm parallel with Kohl, but running the opposite direction and banging my sword on my shield away from Kohl.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's what, yeah. So I'm gonna
Got
run towards Kohl, but kind of run in parallel with his line.
Yep.
But I want to
got it.
run away from him,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and I want to just create as much noise as possible.
So he's going this way. Essentially, you guys are going this way. Is that what you're doing, or are you going this way?
So like he's coming this way, I want to go like this way to
Okay.
my left.
Gotcha.
His,
Okay.
his right, my left, and I want to kind of
Well,
lead it away.
your left is buildings,
Okay.
because he's got buildings on his right.
Okay. So basically, away from Kohl, trying to lead the creature towards me.
So that would be to your right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Cool.
Lead him away from Kohl.
Make. And are you trying to attract this creature?
Most definitely. As much noise as possible.
I'm gonna say.
Hollering, banging.
I'm gonna give you the choice here. I'm gonna say. Make. Either a performance check
Mm-hmm.
or a persuasion check. Whichever one you want.
Persuasion.
Persuasion?
I will go with persuasion.
Alright, so go ahead. Difficulty is going to be 16.
Okay. Okay. Persuasion, and I have efficiency in that, so that's good.
Would you roll?
A natural 1.
Natural 1.
Halfway luck.
Ooh, yes!
Save my life!
Yeah.
Save my life.
Tara Highhill with the clutch halfling luck.
Yes. Thank God.
So she says, Barag, pay attention, damn it!
Fine! I'm not drunk anymore, by the way. I gave that up. 17, 18.
18, all right.
Modified, yeah.
All right. So, Cole, as you can almost smell the stench of this creature as it's trying to close in on you, and you see Barag come out of the clam hammer, banging his sword on shield as he's screaming at this thing, "Hey, hey!" And you see it like stop in its tracks and start going right towards Barag.
Okay. And how far away is it from me?
It is not within melee range. It's probably about 25 feet.
Okay, and the clam hammer is just beyond that?
Just beyond him.
Okay. I am going to take aim and make a violent shot at it.
All right.
If I can find the other paper to my class, that would be great, but... Here we go. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to make a violent shot. With 1 grit point.
So you're doing a violent shot?
Violent shot, yeah, just 1 grit point.
Okay. Oh, I actually have the sheet if you need it.
Oh, I found it.
Oh, you got it? Okay, go for it.
All right.
So this adds plus
Plus 2 to the
plus
misfire
2 to your
score.
misfire. So what's your misfire on that?
It's going to be, in this case, it's going to be 3.
Woo. All right.
Modified 20 on that.
All right.
Yes.
That is a definite hit.
So it'll be double the damage
So
die.
you do an additional 1 additional weapon damage die per grit point spent.
Yes. That's 2d8 plus 6.
Oh, yeah.
So 11 total. Or no, I'm sorry, 9 total.
9 total. Okay. Nice, dude. And that's piercing damage, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so as you take aim and you hit this thing right in the hind quarter, it's a solid hit, and it manages to stop it, but this thing looks pretty sturdy. You think like a hit like that should have done way more damage.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'd like to just take my full movement, avoiding melee range with the creature. I'd like to take full movement just to get as close to the clam hammer as I can.
gotcha. All right. So next up, Barag. You hear the thunder of Cole's weapon fire off and hit this thing, but it's still trained at it. You have its full attention.
Good. How far is it from melee range yet, or no?
You can close the distance in this round if you wanted to.
It's still fully trained on me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. I'm gonna yell to Cole. Cole, just get to the clam hammer now!
So
And
that's where I'm going. I keep running.
All right.
because I probably saw him running. I should have. But so as I yell that, I'm gonna back up 15 feet while keeping like shield, sword ready, like right over the shield, and I'm gonna back 15 feet up. And am I in front of the clam hammer, or am I?
No, the clam hammer is on the other side of the street. From
Yeah.
where you
So
are.
if I'm backing up, where
You
right
are backing
now,
up
where
into
am I?
buildings on the other side of the street of the clam hammer.
so I want to go like backwards down the street, like away from the clam hammer,
Okay.
and try to keep it trained on me
Okay.
as much as possible.
So are you using just regular movement?
Yeah, just 15 regular movement backwards, and I'm. Can I hold that other 15?
You can't hold movement, but you
Can't
can.
hold movement.
You can hold an attack, but you can't hold movement.
I will hold the attack if he gets. How would I do this? I will hold the attack.
You can hold an attack if he gets within melee, say.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah,
Okay, alright,
I
cool.
want to hold an attack if he comes within melee range of me,
Okay.
and that won my turn.
Is that all on your turn? Okay.
Yes.
Next up, it's actually going to be the creature. It's got a speed of 50.
Dang.
So quickly,
It's fast.
it is super fast. So it is trained on you, and with lightning reflexes, this thing begins to charge at you, and it's actually going to make a bite attack.
Okay.
As you see it, kind of the gaping neck hole open, you see these curved teeth coming right at you, and it actually rolled a natural 2.
Dang.
So as it kind of snaps, you can smell the putrid stench, and being this close to something demonic, it's almost overwhelming to your divine senses.
Yeah.
But you manage to kind of bat it away with the shield. You get your shield up in time, and you kind of bat it away, and now you
Sweet.
are like within melee range. So go ahead and make your attack.
Yes. Come on, baby. Come on. 16 plus. Hold on. Where is it? I just got double check. So it's 18.
18 hits.
Modified.
18 hits.
All right.
Go ahead and roll damage.
Sweet. Sweet. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13 damage.
13 damage.
Shoot, imagine that was double.
Okay. All right. So your sword sinks deep into the flesh, like right above its kind of teeth, where its gum line would be. Your sword catches it right by the mouth. As your sword actually goes right over, you have your shield up, and your sword just goes right over it, and you just cut right where the right above its teeth. Is that going to end your turn? Well, actually, no.
yeah.
That's his turn. You were holding your action. Okay.
Yes.
But that is actually going to end its turn because it only gets one bite attack per round. You've essentially got rid of its multi-attack. Its multi-attack is a tongue attack and a claw attack.
Yeah.
It's got no tongue now. So there is no multi-attack on this thing.
Yes.
That was kind of clutch.
Oh.
All right, so that's going to actually end its turn. Terra. You see Kohl coming up the street toward the Clamhammer, and you see Barag locked in melee with this demonic creature. But make a perception roll.
12.
12? Easy enough. Actually, Kohl, you too. Make a perception roll.
24.
24? Yeah. So as you are running, you kind of look over your left shoulder as you hear the sounds of battle, of Barag and this creature fighting on the other side of the street. As he's provided enough of a distraction to clear the path for you. You look over your left shoulder. Again, everything is red now. And as you look up to where the sun would normally be, you see dotted in the sky winged creatures. Not a couple of winged creatures, but off in the distance, over the city, there are hundreds of winged creatures. And down the street, you see the street filling with demonic entities. You hear, it's not explosions that you're used to, it's not cannon fire, but it's arcane energy being fired off. It's the same type of arcane energy that you heard in that domicile after that ritual had commenced. You can kind of guess it's probably more gates opening, and it's happening simultaneously, and it's happening everywhere. So you see behind Kohl, as Kohl is looking over his left shoulder and he sees this, you see exactly what he sees, and you hear the arcane energy of all these gateways opening up all around the city. And they all are saying, are kind of chanting this chant in a language that you can't understand, but you understand it. And they're all saying, reinforcements, leave or die.
Man, they're holding a grudge. Like, come on, guys.
I was just kidding, guys.
Turn around. Come on.
I keyed.
Yeah. So, Terra.
I'm gonna actually yell to Barag to get inside the clam hammer.
Make a perception roll. Make an intelligence check.
14.
14. I would say that you've seen this thing move. You saw it move during the ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen it move now. You know this thing is fast. And you know dwarves, as hardy as they are not sprinters. So, but you're going to take that. That's a free action just to yell. You can take movement, you can take action.
Yeah, I'm actually...
You still have Nox with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna head straight to where Kohl's quarters are, because that's where the cage is.
Right.
So
He always keeps his door locked.
I'm just gonna pick the lock.
All right. Make a sleight of hand. Make an intelligence check with advantage
Because I have my lockpick.
because you have your lockpicks. Yeah.
Halfling.
Well, it was with advantage
Yeah,
anyway.
so. 16.
16? Alright. Easily enough, you take your dragon bone lockpick set out, you pick out a couple of tools. It's a pretty standard lock. And you start to jimmy in the keyhole the lockpicks. You feel the tumbler, you disengage a spring, and you open the door, and you pop it open.
So I'm gonna as quickly as I can unfasten her and get her situated and I'm actually gonna take the little fish statue and start petting the fish. Like the little fish statue that I have.
Okay.
And I'm looking in my sleeves and everything, and I just kind of shake my head because it appears randomly, the fish. So I lead her into the cage and throw pieces of jerky into the cage.
Not beast cage?
Yes.
Okay. So you open the cage door. Okay. Where exactly is the cage? I need to know this.
Okay, it's in the back corner. It's in the port. It's right by the porthole because the porthole's in the far back part of the room.
Mm-hmm.
So her cage is going to be on the right.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So make an animal handling check.
Natural 19.
Okay. Easily enough. You throw a little bit of jerky into the cage, and you say, "Nox, up!" And she looks at you, she looks at the jerky, and quickly goes right into the cage. No muss, no fuss.
So, I just, pet her a little bit, almost hoping it's not my last time, but it kind of looks like that from outside. So I just kind of pet her, and I just tell her I'll be back. And I lock the cage, and I actually throw, a blanket or...
Well, the cage will provide anything that she needs, magically.
Well, no, over it.
Oh, over it. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to do that and throw a blanket over it.
Okay.
A large enough blanket to cover it.
Sure. All right. So, is that going to end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. Kohl.
How close am I to the clam hammer?
You're about 20 feet away from the door.
Okay, so I'm going to take movement to the door and just try the handle on it, see if it opens.
Yes, the door opens.
Okay. So, and Barag's behind me still?
Barag is behind you, he's fighting.
Okay. So I turn around. Come on! Let's get in!
I'm gonna try, but this thing has its attention on me, and if I go in there, it's coming with me, so...
Is he within melee of this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so I'm gonna stand there, actually, because all the windows boarded up?
They're not all the way. There's enough of a crack between some of these boards. They're not perfectly, lined up and seamed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, because they're all oddly shaped. They're pieces of a seat and a chair and part of a bar, and So there's plenty of cracks and opportunities to kind of look outside if you need to.
Okay. And I know I got a key from him, but do I have the key to the clam hammer on me, or is it just the key to my room?
I would say you have the key to the room. He was working on getting you your own set of keys for the clam hammer, which was on his list of things to do.
Okay.
Besides corpse disposal and estimates for Terra's destruction. So I would say you have a key to your office, but you don't have the key to the clam hammer.
Okay.
Make a perception roll.
19.
Okay. You do see the large ring of keys on the floor.
Right. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to. Does he have? Do I have like an eye on the creature? Can I make a shot on the creature?
Yeah, the creature's actually between you and Barag. Barag has his back to the buildings on the other side of the street.
So it's the opposite of what I thought it was. Okay.
Right.
So got it. Okay, so I'm going to make a shot on the creature.
Okay.
I'm looking at these trick shots. I'm like, should have taken that one.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
So I'm gonna take a shot on the creature. I'm gonna make it a sniper shot.
Okay.
And also a 1-point violent shot. So it's gonna be +2 to the misfire, -5 to the attack roll for the sniper shot. I think it's 5.
Okay.
So maybe I should confirm that. I'm almost positive, but I kind of want to be sure, especially in this case.
84 plus 8.
Yeah.
I'll push you.
Oh yeah.
That should be a legit thing that we do.
Okay,
Our new sponsored
so-
drink.
Yeah.
Okay, almost got it.
Valor's Ransom.
You're looking for sniper shot?
Sharpshooter.
Oh,
I should
sharpshooter.
say. So
Into the feats, right?
yeah, so it's -5 penalty to the
But
to the
plus
attack
10
roll,
for damage.
+10 to damage.
Right.
So I'm gonna.
That's
make
going to
it
be a hell of a shot if you manage to pull this off.
a sharpshooter shot. Yeah, so sharpshooter 1-point violent shot. So it's gonna be.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I factor in my attack modifier, it's basically dice roll +7 is going to be what it comes out to.
Okay.
3 misfire score.
All right, make your roll.
22.
22 hits.
Alright.
Roll for damage. You add
Let's
10
see.
to that.
2d8 plus 16 total.
Whoa.
26 total.
All right.
Yes. Sorry. So bad over you.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
You just.
All right. So, as you're yelling to Barag, you hit this thing again in the hindquarter, and this one does damage. You see it quickly favor the leg that you hit it in, as blood starts to gush. Little bits of flesh and sinew hanging from the wound that you just created with that violent shot. Well done. Is that going to end your turn?
You said I could see through some cracks in
Oh,
the
yeah.
wood.
Yeah.
So if I can I get through the door?
You can
And-
still get through the door, yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to get through the door and just observe what's happening outside.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha. All right. So next up is going to be Barag. So you see this thing take an ugly shot to the hindquarters as it screams in pain.
Say.
So what do you do?
So do I see Kohl go into the clam hammer?
You saw him shoot from the clam hammer, from the door of the clam
so he
hammer.
shot. Did he close the door?
No, he's standing in the doorway.
Okay. I'm just gonna shout to Kohl while holding my shield still at ready. Kohl, Get Sarah to summon the guard! I can only hold him off for so long!
Make a perception roll. That's right, because I didn't have him make that perception roll that you guys made.
Yep.
12.
12. Okay. As you say that, you quickly realize that the problem is more than just an entity, one demonic entity, as you kind of look past the direction where Kohl and Terra were running from. You see the sky dotted with winged demons. You see, and you hear this chant in a language that you don't understand, being echoed through the street. You hear the arcane energy firing off as multiple gateways and portals begin to open all around you.
So I kind of just look up and be like, I just get this worried, oh shit, look on my face.
Yeah, well, the problem has become exponentially larger than what you thought it was. Yeah.
And Cole, on a second thought, might want to tell Terra to summon her ship if it's possible. You know, because we might be sitting ducks. No pun intended.
I'll try to find her.
Well, I hope you can, because I'm pretty sure she's in the clam hammer.
So what are you doing?
I'm just going to take... And in reference to me, the creatures that are flying.
They're off in the distance, but they are quickly approaching.
So they're pretty... Okay, they're fast. Great. They're winged.
Most of these demons are pretty quick.
Yeah. And how hurt is hurt? Well, he's bleeding pretty profusely from his
He
leg,
took a
right?
bad shot, but he still looks relatively hardy.
I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna disengage. I'm gonna disengage and go around the creature, of course, and head in. Well, I'd be heading straight for the clam hammer, right?
So
because
yeah, it's essentially like it's a line between this creature and the front door of the clam hammer.
Okay.
So because I want to know what flavor that Barag puts on this, when you disengage, how do you do it?
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go up his face and kind of just shove my boot down into his face and go off the other side.
All right, I like it. I like it as its jaws kind of snap after you, but you're far too quick using the disengage action. You're just dodging its attack, and you manage to pass it. And as you are running, you see these things flying now. They're getting closer and closer, and you can swear that you see some of them grabbing people by their hair, by their ankles, by their arms, and flying them into the air and just dropping them. And you just see bodies falling like some sort of horrible rainfall. So, yeah, is that going to end your turn? Are you going to... Well, you're taking your action to disengage.
Yes.
Okay,
So, would I be able to get into the clam hammer on regular movement, 30 feet?
Not this round, next round.
Okay. So, I'm like halfway there kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good to me then.
All right. And now we've got Cole. And you see exactly what Barag saw as he managed to kind of jump over this creature and head toward the clam hammer. You see these demons now in the sky attacking people.
Okay. Did Terra go?
Terra, yeah, she put Nox in a cage.
Oh, okay. That was before my last turn, all right?
Oh, you were up, huh? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yep. So, I'm actually looking for it right now. Give me a second. So the porthole, I'm just curious. The porthole itself, like the stuff inside it, it doesn't ever disappear unless I when I open it or anything.
It will always be there. It's a magical interdimensional space
Okay. So, I'm gonna run out. Is the kid still there, or?
He's in there, yeah.
Okay. So, I'm gonna yell to him to get as much food and as much water and to follow me as quickly as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. So, he looks at you. Make a persuasion roll. He doesn't know who you are.
He saw me.
Oh, that's right. Yes. I still make a persuasion roll.
Yeah.
It's not every day you are told to get into an extra dimensional space.
16.
So he looks at you. I don't want to get in there. What about my parents? Where are they?
I'm sorry, lad.
So you see the tears begin to well in his eyes.
And so,
What does that mean?
So I get to his level and look him in the eyes. If you want to do some good for your life and what your parents fought for, I need you to stay safe.
But are they alive?
We can explain later. Right now, we've got a bigger issue. All of Baldur's Gate is at risk. And I'll be damned to see you getting dragged off by these things.
So make a sleight of hand check.
20.
Okay. So the kid is just wiping tears from his eyes and he goes, I don't believe you! I don't believe you! Mom! Dad! And then he goes bolting for the front door of the clam hammer. As you quickly are able to nab him before he gets out of sight.
So, I grab him and I kind of like almost like a football hug. So you wrap your legs around him and hold him to where he can't squirm.
And he's resisting.
Yeah. And I'm like, calm down, lad.
No, you promised me!
I know. And I am telling you, we have to keep you safe.
So he's still resisting.
So,
Cole, you actually see this going on. This is happening in the middle of the clam hammer as Greer and Bale are still trying to secure the building.
And Barag's running for the door.
Yeah.
How far away is he?
He's about 20 feet.
Okay. So I just observe, and I am going to. Yeah, that's all I'm doing right now.
Okay.
so, I'm trying to like sympathize with him, and trying to tell him like I know what he's going through.
Let's make this a contested athletics check.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled that.
21.
Natural 20. All right. He just manages to get out of your grip. You see him bolting for the door.
Okay. So how is he? He's right. He's pretty close.
Yeah, he's approaching.
He's gonna make it.
Yeah, he's gonna make it.
Okay. So I just stick my leg out.
Oh, damn! Don't let me grab him. Let me grab his ass.
I could do much worse things than that, okay? This is me being gentle.
It's so cold, though. You know what I mean? It's so cold. Like, I don't really care enough about all of this that's happening right now. So, let's just end this.
I don't necessarily want to see you run face first to your death, but, like, yeah.
People will think ill of me if I don't attempt something.
Yeah.
So.
I just picture
All
a
right,
little
so
kid like,
why don't we do this? Why don't we make this...
ouch.
Why don't we make this an athletics check?
That poor kid, man. His
But I
parents
will
have
say
killed
this.
his
I will give you
trip.
advantage on the roll.
Okay. Cole's actually not super strong, so we'll see how this goes. 9.
9 total?
Yeah. A beautiful 1 modifier.
Wow. He manages to just jump right over your leg.
I've been had by a child.
Yeah. Heads right out.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so we did Cole's. Barag.
So
You see a commotion going on. You see Cole trying to trip a child.
I was trying to save a child.
Yeah.
Tripping was the methodology.
Tripping, saving. It's all the same.
It's like a gray area.
All the same.
It's like gray area. I don't know what to do.
It's all the same, he says. All right, so you see Cole attempt to trip the child that was eating oatmeal earlier when you walked into the climb hammer as the child just kind of jumps over and is starting to head right down the street. You are headed toward the climb hammer.
So he's running to. Okay, I'm running towards climb
He's
hammer.
basically running headlong into in the direction that he's going to go.
Yeah.
He's running headlong into the demonic horde approaching.
Any way I can cut him off before he makes it too far?
I would say you can roll a grapple attack.
Yes, I will roll a grapple attack.
Go for it.
Which
This kid is stupid.
He's emotional, man. I mean,
Yeah, he's a.
think about the gravity of what he's dealing with right now.
By the way, I will use one of the what I don't know what to call it. I get advantage for grapple, basically.
Yes.
So I will use that on this, of course. So
Go for
I
it.
will have advantage. I'm gonna roll both at the same time. Grapple is what?
Strength.
My strength mod
Yep.
plus my proficiency, so a total of 9 modifier. Natural 20, baby.
Whoa! So you see this kid jump over your leg, and he starts to head down the street, but quickly, Barag, almost with lightning reflexes, grabs this kid right by his waist, lifts him up off of his feet, and he goes, "Not today, kid!" And he goes right into the climb hammer as you shut the door behind him.
Lock it.
And I'm gonna do baseball dive kind of into there and just land on my back.
Fuck you, man. Inspiration right there. You know what? For the trip, you too. You know what? You too. You get an inspiration too. And because you hid, you get an inspiration as well.
You get an inspiration.
You get an inspiration.
All of you.
All right.
Everybody gets an inspiration.
All right, guys. So you are in the climb hammer. And Bale and Greer are quickly boarding up the windows. The door shuts. They lock it from the inside, and they start hammering the door.
Well, that was fun.
What the hell is going on?
Did you
It's
look
me.
outside at all, Greer?
Yeah, I'm assuming this had something to do with you, lad.
I don't know what it has to do with. All I know is there is some crazy ass creature outside.
We were fighting a few of those things, and a gate opened up, and there were more and more. And now there's more gates, and we need a plan. We need a plan because this place isn't gonna stand up to them.
The plan, I think, is survival, right? I mean,
We need a plan for the plan.
you guys are the heroes. I just serve drinks, guys.
Isn't there a basement, a cellar, somewhere we can?
Oh yeah, there's bodies there.
Yeah. Remember?
So you hear from behind Terra, "This is all Barag's fault. Barag did all this. I'm quite sure."
And
The
so-
shrunken head has come alive. By the way, it's 1:11 in the afternoon, jackass.
So y'all want to explain to me what happened?
While you were gallivanting once more, as usual, and not listening to what I told you, as usual, in your typical Barag fashion, we were trying to aid a child, and I kind of pointed the direction
So
of.
as you say that, you see these fingers start to kind of work their way in between the seams of the boards in front of the windows. long red fingers with curved talons at the end. First a couple, then a few dozen start trying to work their way through the wood as Greer goes over there with a hammer and just starts hitting these fingers. You see that some of them kind of break as howls of pain can be heard. You hear a big at the door. You can only assume that dog creature trying to get in.
Listen, we don't have time.
I agree.
Everybody
Duh.
everybody into the porthole.
The porthole.
The porthole? That's a death trap.
How about the cellar with the porthole? Where the dead bodies
Is
are.
there just
We're going where the dead bodies are.
Well,
We have-
do you want to be the dead bodies?
No.
Exactly. So go where the dead bodies are.
it's a dead end within a dead end.
Yeah.
So it's the porthole.
Well, at least here we have some sort of escape. I mean,
Escape where? How are we going to escape?
I don't know, but
You're the bartender. Where's the secret hideaway that you have?
I didn't even know about this dungeon until yesterday.
So I walk over to the door and I just start like once I see it thump, I just kind of thump it back and say, "Get away from my tavern, you foul beast!" Infernal.
Make an intimidation check.
Oh no.
I like cougar punch the door. Break all my fingers. 12.
12? Okay. It doesn't seem to lessen the steady sound of fists and talons against the door. And every 30 seconds or so, you hear that big thud of something large hitting the front door of the clam hammer.
Well, I don't think help's coming for us anytime soon, so we either try to make our escape now and leave the city, or we hole up in that porthole of yours.
Can we fit everybody in the porthole?
We can try. Either
Well-
way, we are beyond screwed.
Is there food in that porthole?
Grab as much food as you can.
All right, everybody, round up the food. And I run into the kitchen and I start I find it like a sack of some kind, just start piling food and provisions in there. And I'll drag Greer with me to help out.
All right, so Greer is quickly grabbing, dried goods.
And I'm gonna
Sarah's
take Barag.
helping.
I'm gonna take Barag with me towards where the porthole is, and actually try to help him get the cage into the porthole, like when we had it to transport.
So as you guys are all kind of making preparations, Daedalus, what are you doing?
Well, I guess I'm still cowering in a corner.
You hear even more noise coming from street level. You hear this chanting in this language you don't even know, you can't comprehend language. But it's a steady sound, and it's frightening. It's frightening to the core.
So,
Is he in the main room with us?
No.
Mm-mm.
He's
We don't know where he is, actually.
Did Barag see him come into the clam hammer? Does he know that he's in the clam hammer?
I told him to go in the clam hammer,
Yeah.
but that's about it.
Yeah, he knows he's here somewhere, but nobody's seen him since.
Okay.
Yeah. Why are you looking at me?
So what are you doing?
so I'm just,
Are you going to stay hidden? That's what I'm asking.
yeah, I'm just gonna even cower
Even lower. I'll lean into the counter.
I know I was hiding before, but I'm going to really hide this time. All right,
enough.
so you stay kind of hidden.
I was
All
gonna
right.
say, you know what I picture Daedalus being like? You know those little chihuahuas that are constantly shaking and they hide under everything? like
No,
that's-
I don't picture Daedalus. like
I
that.
see
That's not
Daedalus
that bad.
being like
No,
the
I
little
don't.
cowering chihuahua right now.
I don't. You're a pit bull in my eyes.
A
All right.
pitbull that turned into a chihuahua.
No. All right, so you guys are gathering food.
Yeah.
So I need everybody to make a perception roll. Why do you do that?
Oh man.
I get worried. 12
11.
for the steeds. Nope.
16.
Easy enough. As everybody's running around gathering food, you see Bale kind of tying his hair back. You see him putting on, smudging on some grease from the fryer, just kind of putting almost like war paint, like orc war paint. And he says, "I'm not hide. Fuck that." I'll die on my feet.
Well, I put my hand on his,
Sorry, boss.
kind of on his shoulder, chest.
Yeah. You're like,
Probably, I'm
Bale,
assuming
listen
much
to-
taller than me.
yeah.
Listen, you could help save lives by coming with us.
I'm not doing that, boss. Sorry. I'm an orc. We fight to the death, and that's how it's got to be. That's an honorable death. Don't
Indeed.
deny this to me.
It's your choice to make. I just slap him on the chest.
Appreciate it.
Really cool.
Well, you want a shot at him? I'd
would-
like him to be around, but he's choosing his own fate.
I won't let that choice be made for me by somebody else.
Well,
If I gotta die, it's gonna be on my terms.
you gonna let everybody else die on your terms too,
I'm
then?
dying like a warrior, like an orc. Honor
Alright.
intact.
Is Sarah in the room?
She's there.
So I look at
She's kind of keeping an eye on the kid. Like through the corner of her eye, you can see that she's essentially the one who brought him to you.
Yeah.
So she's keeping him within eye shot.
Sarah, are you coming with us?
She just shakes her head.
So I look around. Greer, you are coming with us?
Boss, your first assessment was right. That is a death trap. It's a longer death. I mean, even if they get in, all of us leave at the same time, few of us at least have a chance to survive. Not everybody's going to get out of here alive. I think we know that. I don't know. Maybe we make it to the port. Maybe we can get into a ship. We're not too far away.
We get the
Literally, the port is right there. We're the first tavern. If we can get on a boat, maybe we can get out of here. Baldur's Gate is gone. It's lost.
Did we notice if there were
Oh, yeah.
ships at
There
port
are ships
when-
at port. Since this whole thing with the sea wolves has been disproven by you, more ships... ravens were sent out that day. So more ships have come into Baldur's Gate.
so I'm
Because
gonna
I'd rather take a chance and make a run for a ship.
all right. Then we do this as a team. We get the boy in the porthole. We get any others that can't fight.
That 2-foot porthole, we're going to be running around with that thing.
What other choice do we got? You want to bring the lad
Choice
with
to
us?
leave the porthole.
And
I'm talking about survival. Tara, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be carrying around a 2-foot porthole.
I'm not
Come
talking,
back for it.
I'm not talking about the porthole. I'm talking about the child.
He can run.
Yes,
How do
and
you
what's
can?
gonna
So as you guys are talking, you hear the scratches and the punches at the doors and the windows kind of eerily cease all at one time. I need everybody to make a perception roll, please. Except for Daedalus, who is busy cowering.
26.
Nat 20.
20,
19.
19. Okay. So what did you roll?
26.
26. Jesus Christ.
Alright,
so-
plus 9.
So, as all of you guys are kind of going over what to do, from beneath the floor, between the cracks of the board beneath the floor, you hear a sound, an arcane energy, and you see this red light passing through from underneath the floor.
Son of a bitch.
It's going in a particular direction that would give you the idea that it's going to go to where Kohl's storage is. And you hear in that
Infernal.
demonic language, reinforcements, leave or die.
Alright, they're under us now. We better go. Bet this has something to do. Where's Daedalus?
Your perception rolls are high enough. I will let you know that what you hear underneath isn't a lot of small feet and cloven hooves. You hear something large.
Where's Daedalus? Is he still out in the streets?
No, he's in here somewhere.
In here somewhere, and you didn't tell us. Okay, we leave.
The light is continuing to travel.
So having been in the kitchen and been in the main room, I'm gonna fly upstairs to look for him.
And I'm gonna get Nox out of her cage.
Okay, so as you run into not Talvis, you idiot, Kohl. As you run into Kohl's office, you see the cage there. You hear the sound of wood cracking and breaking one room away from you. What do you do?
I still go.
You still go? Okay. All right. You guys hear it too. You saw Terra take off down the hall, not upstairs, but towards Kohl's office. And then you hear the loud, deafening sound of this wood being just cracked and broken and splintered in half, almost like a tree breaking. And you see that light now kind of centered, kind of where Terra went off running.
I'm aware she's running.
I'm aware that you guys have to roll initiative.
I'll say.
All right.
Natural 1.
Halfling luck.
Does that work on?
Do not use that one.
I don't think that works on
I
initiative.
can use it.
It does.
No.
Does it?
Give me that.
Nope,
put it
that's
down.
the one I'm using.
You're using this one.
I'm using this one.
Just let it be. Just let it be.
Never use the
I-
one
let
that
it
gives
be.
you the one.
Let
I'm
it
not
be.
superstitious.
Let it be.
Does that work on initiative?
I don't think it does, man. Hold on. Let me just double check. I don't know if it works on initiatives. I think it works on saves. Hold on.
You may be right. It's in Xanathar.
Might be
Yeah,
skill
but it's
check.
halfling luck. It's under the regular player's handbook for halfling luck. Xanathar just means you give it to somebody else. Okay, so lucky. When you roll on a 1 for d20 for an attack roll, ability check, or save throw.
Okay.
Okay.
So no,
it's a 1.
yeah, so it would still
Oh,
be
and then
1.
add your
Your
initiative
Oh, I still add my
modifier.
modifier if it's a natural
Yeah,
1?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so 9.
9?
Yeah,
That's insane.
It's a gunslinger ability. You add your dex mod to your
That is
initiative.
crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy. All right, so
18.
18?
21.
21?
I'd give a 5.
Natural 2.
Yeah.
So believe it or not, I'm
I'd give
last.
a +5 on your initiative. Holy
I'm
crap.
awesome.
Terra,
Dang.
Barag,
Destroying.
Kohl.
With a 9? Wow.
I rolled a natural 2. And I don't get +9 on my initiative.
Sad face.
We're all drinking our potions now.
Yeah. So as
They're
you
so sweet.
as you hear the crack of this wood, right at the doorway, you see this large hoof-footed demon, just covered in muscle, with a large, jagged sword and big red wings. It's so tall that it has to almost crouch down to actually get in. But you see it, and let me see if it. And it kind of slowly it stops right by the door, and it slowly turns its head your way.
Would I be able to use my stealth right away, and try to hide?
I will tell you this. It rolled. Hold on. It rolled. A 19. If you can roll a stealth check because you know it's coming, I will say if you can roll a stealth check that beats 19, I will say yeah, he doesn't notice you.
Oh!
A
Natural 19 plus 9.
28. All right, so you see this thing, you know it's coming, you know it's large, and you manage to hide in that room well enough where it stops in front of the room. It looks in the room and it moves on, and you guys hear it coming right for the center of the clam hammer.
All right.
Make a perception roll.
26.
26. It had a pretty big brand on its pectoral muscle. It was a goat head with a 5-pointed star.
God damn it. So, with that information, at this point, do I have Nox in my jacket?
Nox is in the cage.
I know, but I ran in there and opened the cage.
Yeah, I would say you can after it passes, you can grab Nox, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so that is going to actually be your first turn, is stealth and then grab Nox.
Yes, and then obviously, like, give her the jerky to keep her quiet.
Okay. Alright, so now, Barag, Kohl, and everybody else. So, as you are looking in the direction of the sound that you hear from the back hallway, you hear the front door completely smash open as that large canine demon re-enters the clam hammer. But it does not attack immediately, as you see this large red-skinned demon, large wings, large jagged sword, triple segmented legs with a tail and hooves. Much what you would think the traditional a traditional demon would look like is what this thing is, but it is thickly muscled. It's almost 12 feet tall, and it's got its eyes trained on you, both of you specifically. It doesn't even seem to be regarding Greer. It doesn't seem to be regarding Bale, who is the biggest one in the room.
It's got its eyes trained on
you. It looks at you, and it looks at Barag. And it doesn't seem to care about the child. It seems to be targeting specifically you two.
So it's not my turn yet.
It is actually Barag's turn.
Okay.
Okay. So, how close? I mean, considering this thing is like the Hulk on steroids.
It's literally just across the room.
So like 10 feet or less?
I'd say about 20 feet.
Oh, okay. So, using divine sense, I want to know, well, of course, I know the location of it, right in friggin' front of me, but the type, and the presence of any place or object has been consecrated, desecrated in 60 feet of me. So,
you feel something that's been desecrated right underneath you.
Oh, well.
The type, it is a large fiend of the devil variety.
Large fiend of devil variety. Yum. That's gonna be pleasant. Large fiend devil. Okay. Just like looking the call real quick. Yeah, so not to state the obvious, but that's a large fiend, devilish creature thing. At least that's what my dwarf senses are telling me. / paladin-ishness.
It appears so.
I think I might vomit.
How close am I to the creature?
You're probably about the same distance as Barag is, about 20 feet. So what do you do, Barag? It's your turn.
I'm gonna move within 10 feet of the creature.
Okay.
Put on my shield, and hold my attack for it to make an attack at all
Okay.
on either Cole, myself, or anybody else in the room.
Okay. All right. That's gonna end your turn.
But I'm actually gonna bonus action to use my second wind to
Recover health.
Yes, 1d10 plus my fighter level, which is 9. Wait, no, we're at 10, right?
10.
10. Yeah, so
No, 9.
9. It is 9, right?
Because you got one level of paladin.
Yeah, I am 9. Everybody else, yeah. Okay, cool.
All right.
So yeah, I will do that right now.
All right. Cole.
I take
18.
one piece of movement, 5 feet, towards the creature.
No. You're taking 5 feet. You're essentially sandwiched between the quadruped demon
Put myself back.
that just busted through the front door and this pit fiend that
Okay.
came from the back of the clam hammer. So you're essentially in the middle.
Okay.
So you can go either way, but realize that other demon is behind you, closing in. And as you're kind of trying to assess what to do, you look behind you, you see demons even behind that quadruped.
And they seem to have reacted to this.
They're just watching.
presence by stopping whatever
Yes.
they were doing. Okay. So I take one chunk of movement towards the large creature. I look up at him and I speak in Infernal and just see if I get any response. You are a trespasser in this realm. What do you seek?
Reinforcements. Leave or die.
Well, I see your reinforcements right there. What is your purpose?
Die.
Yes, well, I tried a couple times. Hasn't worked.
So he draws his blade and he points it at you.
Are you here just to kill?
The Guildmaster wants you dead.
Perhaps we can negotiate.
Never.
Does he want me dead, specifically?
So, is that going to end your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So he does not answer your question,
Okay.
as it is now his turn. And he goes, die. Kohl, Ravencrest.
I can take that as a yes.
Yeah. All right. So, first I need everybody except Terra, who's in the other room right now. But I need Barag and I need Kohl to make a DC 21 Wisdom check.
Ouch.
Oh my God! Bale rolled a natural 20.
Oh!
So it's a save?
Yeah.
I'm going to use...
Bale and Sarah are holding steady as their knees kind of shake for a second.
I'm going to use the Indomitable fighter ability to re-roll the save. So, because that was not cutting it.
Okay.
21, you said?
21.
19.
19. All right. What'd you guys roll?
I just made it with 21.
21. All right. You see this. You see this demonic fiend from some pit of hell look at you, and for a second, your soul gets cold. But you manage to just fight off the twinge of fear that was starting to grow within your chest, and you're just like, no, fuck that. I'm a dwarf. And you manage to fight off the fear effect. You, however, are frightened until the start of its next turn.
Oh,
Of its next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. You will be frightened at the start of its next turn. No, you're frightened until the start of its next turn. I'm sorry, I gotta get the wording right. So yeah, you are considered frightened right now, and you cannot take any action. So yeah, but the rest of you managed to fight off the effects. Terra.
Do I see this going on outside the door?
You don't see anything going on outside the door. I mean, you hear some sort of language, in a language that you've only heard demons speak. You've heard Kohl whisper words of it a few times, but you don't hear active combat right now, although you think the door has been compromised.
Okay, so still in stealth, I'm gonna actually get to the, like, just behind, like, by the wall.
Like right, but at the corner.
At the corner, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And kind of like peek over to see what's going on.
So you see exactly what is going on. You see Barag standing with his shield up, his sword in his hand. No sign of Daedalus, but you do see Kohl, and you see beads of sweat start dripping from Kohl's brow as he takes a couple of steps back, his eyes wide with fear. He almost drops his gun as he, starts to recoil.
Okay.
So what do you do?
Whether I should do that. Okay. I am gonna use my Eye of the Deep amulet.
Okay.
And face towards the creatures.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go
And
for it.
That's a
DC 19, right?
Con check.
Con check. Yeah. Okay. Go for it. So you can actually get the demon dog as well as the pit fiend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go ahead and make these con saves. Wow. 18 for the pit fiend. So they are both. This stuns them, right?
Stun 2d4 rounds.
2d4. 4. 5. So a total of 5 rounds. So you take your amulet of the deep, and you see this arcane bluish green energy in the form of like almost octopus tentacles as it comes out of this amulet and wraps itself quickly around the pit fiend as well as the demon dog and dissipate almost like water splash, and then you just see the pit fiend, his sword kind of drops to the ground. The fear breaks because the pit fiend is considered incapacitated at this point. Okay. So quickly, you kind of come to your senses as you see the pit fiend's sword kind of hit the ground, and you see the dog as well, just kind of like staggering from left to right. What do you guys do?
I look to everybody. Run up the stairs. We get out of here.
We're upstairs. We're running to a dead end.
There's that big hole that you guys decided to make in the wall. Let's go.
Big hole in the wall?
From when Cole shot.
Actually, it's in the roof.
Oh, in the roof. Okay.
Oh, so you want us to climb through a hole in the roof?
Well, there's windows up there too.
Can we stop talking and go? Let's go.
All right,
let's
everybody,
go.
move it.
We've got 1 round left.
Okay.
Let's go.
So
All right, everybody, just funnel everybody
I'm just
upstairs.
dashing. And can I use my animal handling to find Daedalus or survival?
Daedalus is not an animal. He's an elf.
Yeah, but
He's a chihuahua, remember?
Come here, Daedalus.
I got some beef jerky for you.
Daedalus is
I have some dried
He's a
fruit.
secret druid.
You have no idea where. I mean, you can make an investigation roll if you.
I will do that.
Okay.
$17.
You find him, cowered, in one of the rooms.
So
So you guys are now upstairs. Now the effect has broken, and you hear hundreds of footsteps now flooding the clam hammer, coming right for the stairs. And as that happens, you hear something above on the roof of the clam hammer. You see a big shadow fly over the clam hammer. Something lands on the roof. It lands so hard that dust, little bits of debris fall from the ceiling. And you hear as you see claws about a foot long go right through the ceiling of the clam hammer and rip the ceiling of the clam hammer. And as you look up, you see a large ancient black dragon on the ceiling of the clam hammer looking at you. It looks at you. It's not attacking. And suddenly its form begins to dissipate. And you see a familiar white-haired elf. It's Rodtail.
Yep. Freaking knew it.
So he looks at you, quick, on the ceiling. And he looks at Daedalus, and he just snaps his fingers, and you remember. You remember who you are.
What? Okay, how'd I get here? Last I remember I was in that house.
There's a lot of explaining to do. We can do it later.
You've got one round.
And he's Rodtail is directing us to
Go
the,
up.
He's ripped part of the roof off of the clam hammer.
and he's saying
To go up to
go
the
up,
ceiling.
go up there.
Well, I mean, you're
Yeah,
caught
yeah.
between...
A rock
Yeah.
and a hard place.
Yeah.
Let's go!
So I just nod at him and I follow.
And I do.
I need everybody to make athletics checks. Difficulty 20.
Could I use my living rigging?
Absolutely, you could.
I'm gonna
There she is.
Yeah,
There
I'm gonna
she is,
use-
the living rigging.
I'm gonna use the living.
So you take out the magic rope
Yes.
as you direct it to essentially lash itself and climb
and it
it.
pulls.
Yeah.
It actually pulls to the people that hold on to the living rigging. So I say, everybody hold on to the rope. And I get the kid and I get him in my arms.
Okay. All right. Daedalus, you were going to say something?
Yeah, how far away is the roof from where we are?
You're on the second floor.
Okay.
So it's really
so the roof
close.
is literally above you. And you just see this hole where Rodtail is standing there in his black coat, pale skin, the scar, white hair, but behind him you see demons flying all around in the sky of Baldur's Gate. Just it almost, there's so many of them now that they almost cover whatever daylight there was. And you hear Shrunken Head say, "Hurry up, jackasses!"
So I grab a hold of the rigging.
Okay.
Same here.
So everybody grabs a hold,
Yep.
and quickly the rigging kind of recoils, and everybody gets to the ceiling. And you see Rodtail, and he looks at you. Valor's Ransom, as usual, this is all your fault.
Well, that is yet to be sorted out, but
Oh, yeah.
They will not attack you as long as I am here.
I think this was gonna happen whether we were there or not.
Don't misread me. I'm not here as an enemy, but I am not here as an ally either.
where do you intend to go from here?
I am caught between a rock and a hard place, much like yourself.
Well,
Do you know where the city guard is?
Are you serious?
Let me guess, they fled.
They're trying to survive, much like yourself.
And you know where?
Look around. They're probably being dropped.
Great.
What do you mean by a rock in a hard place? What do you have to do? And I kind of point to the sky with all of this.
Although I am draconic, I have as much to lose as you do. The guild knows this. They know what pressure points to press and how hard to press them. And they have pressed mine. So understand, I am not here of my own volition. So, 4 things happen at one time. as all of you are gathered on the roof of the Clamhammer. You see an arrow coming from the east. And as you look, you see the gallows with a bow in her hand, having shot this arrow in your direction, surrounded by a demon horde. They look like they're going in the direction of the prison. You see a shot from probably a high-powered rifle. The shot is coming from about 2 streets over, and as you look and you focus, you see a very beautiful tiefling woman. Bless you.
Thank you.
Are you allergic to tieflings?
I am one, so hopefully not.
Then you got problems.
Yeah.
You see a very beautiful tiefling kind of strap this high-powered rifle on her back. Make a perception roll with advantage.
Oh, with advantage. 16.
On her belt, she carries a horn. It is very specific to your lineage. It is blue. It is your brother's horn. Daedalus, you see an explosion in the merchant quarter. It is an arcane explosion, and you see a building, the whole top of this building completely crumble under the immense power of this arcane explosion. And it's coming from Lady Danae's banner. Barag, by the port, you hear shields being banged, and as you look, you see your father in bars being dragged away by a very familiar one-handed monk in scarlet red.
Oh! Oh, son of a...
And this is what we'll pick up next time.
Oh!
I want that rifle.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Wow. Oh my god.
That was a...
That didn't go any way that I
That was
planned.
pretty intense, man. That was pretty intense. I actually expected a fight. And you guys kind of used your wits and, you
It
know?
didn't
Thank
seem to be
God.
tilting in our favor.
Yeah.
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 Time to call it. Just
Yeah, I totally get it. But now you guys are back as one cohesive unit now that Daedalus'
that'll
spell
help us.
has been broken.
Yeah.
But now that you're back as one cohesive unit, and all these things are happening at one time, seemingly pulling each member of Valor's Ransom away from one cohesive goal, what will you do? Anyway, so this is where we'll pick up next week.
Say, I could answer that question.
Anyway, thank you everybody for watching the show. We hope that you appreciated it. And again, we apologize for not having a show last week. Again, we had some weird hoof and mouth disease going on, and we had some scheduling conflicts. But we're glad that you stuck around and watched the show. And please share in all formats of social media. And speaking of social media, Kyle, what should they do if they've got Instagram?
Well, YouTube.
Oh, no, not YouTube.
Or Twitter.
Twitter. I'm sorry, Twitter.
Well, we got a Twitter. Give us a follow. We're at story_the_thus_far.
And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. That way you're notified anytime we upload a video. And
on Instagram on Wednesdays, we will be having a question and answer. Little, I guess you can say, you can submit your questions on Instagram to us. I will be setting up for all day for 24 hours. You can send us your questions, and on the next episode, we will answer some of your questions, whether it's individual or as a group, even towards our lovely DM, if you have any interesting questions for him.
So if you guys have any questions at all in reference to any of the characters on the show, any of the players, myself, or just about D&D in general, shoot them our way. We'll be glad to answer your questions. I promise we will view every single question and we will answer every single question. If we get, depending on the volume that we get, we may do like a separate
video
just for the questions.
Right.
But if it's something that we can do, just before or after a show, then we'll do that. It just depends on the volume. If we get a lot, then we'll end up doing something in addition to what we do every week. So other than that, that's all I have. So be amazing, play D&D, and love each other. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Oh man, are you all right? You still got that hoof and mouth?
He
A
does.
little bit. Yeah.